So here we are, a new chapter begins, new heroes will arise, new legends will be written. It is time to turn the page. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So off we go then.
There's a player below, Peter, that I admire on a professional and personal level, the one and only Raúl.
He's just out on his own for consistency.
Indeed, and a terrific leader. Talent has to be backed up by hard work and tenacity, and he leads by example, hence the respect he commands.
That has not gone well. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Looking for the run. Thuram spots it and intercepts. Now it's Raúl. He's picked his way through. A heavy challenge. Liverpool with the corner. They're first. Rodri can get it clear. Over to the right flank. And he's definitely onside. Corner number 2 then. And a header! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Portugal so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. And it's Rooney. Rodri. Now it's Diaz. Played out towards the right wing. Opts for safety. Lampard, renowned for his long-range shooting. He's looking wide. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Chance! Goal! Portugal! The crowd demanded, and he was thrilled to oblige.
After 27 minutes here.
Lacking for neither time nor space, it could scarcely have been more straightforward.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came up beautifully.
Portugal have broken through. It's 1-0.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Lampard, now it's Diaz, spread to the right. Well, the idea was a good one, the execution of it not quite so.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Portugal looking to go into the break, 1-0 up. Rodri. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point, and the score is 1-0. Lampard was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And this is Raúl.
There will be 1 minute.
Can he finish? And a neat finish. They have come roaring back.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the...
That's the end of the first 45. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. So, Jim, neither side getting it all their own way so far.
Well, it's been a decent game so far, Peter, although I think in the next 45 minutes we could do with the ball being moved around quicker with a view to trying to entice their opponents out of position. I don't think there'll be a mad rush to do that just yet.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. And we are back on the way. Roberto Carlos. Now it's Diaz. Diaz had a really good go at breaking through, but ultimately he was just about kept out.
Well, I appreciate the fact he's trying to make a difference, and if he carries on like that, he may well do.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Rooney. But it's Thuram. Rodri. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Rooney really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And he's picked it up out wide. Nice control. Raul. Great challenge, time to perfection. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Liverpool can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Substitution for Liverpool. Number 24, Raul. Number 25.
Great defending, strong and determined.
Number 18, Harry Kane. Coming on the field.
There they go, hunting in
Number 4,
packs.
Bukayo Saka. Number 18,
Rodri,
Ronaldinho.
pass somewhat
Number
off target.
5, Michael
Now it's Owen, nicely spread.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Oh, such a clever touch. Ball swung in. Well, there's the clearance.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
He shifted it to the flank. And this is Owen. That's a good ball out wide.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Diaz was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
It's admirable, but ultimately he didn't know when to look for support.
And that signals the end. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end, not for the want of... Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion.
Against Portugal.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So straight into the action. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Peter,
Oh, he's been caught napping! Oh, he's bustling through here! He's in! Mospit! And the shot! Goal! Portugal! And that for him is goal number 10.
The goal scored for Portugal after 5 minutes.
One moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
So, a breakthrough already. Kajolu. Passing is crisp and sharp. Can he get on the end of this? That has ended up in no man's land. That's going wide left. De Bruyne. Oh, that's fabulous. Maddison. Portugal leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Now it's Diaz. Spread neatly. Oh, that's nice. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Oh, shooting chance! And it's in! A quite incredible spell. They are flying.
After 23 minutes is
A horrible blip, a horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
Hello everyone, and welcome to
Well, football is of
today's
course
match.
ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And we're underway. Well, here's a man who stunned everyone in that famous summer of 2002. He had a hand in his country's most famous goal, their most famous win, and he helped to introduce the footballing planet to Senegal.
Yeah, he did indeed, Peter. El Hadj Diouf, the undoubted driving force behind that fast, powerful, direct style of football that once shocked the world.
Bit too much weight on the pass. Oh, this looks sharp. Jupe. Pedri. That's really well manoeuvred. Great chance! Robertson. And here's Mbappe. Crunching tackle. Bastoni defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. That'll be a throw. Schlotterbeck. Madison. Portugal so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. That looks a good ball through. He's one-on-one, surely!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Conte. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, well played, well sorted out.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
He intercepts the throw, that's well read. Zanetti spots it and intercepts. He's shifting through the gears here. Chance for a shot! Goal! Portugal! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point, and the score is 1-0. Roberto Carlos. 1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Hakimi. He won't be happy with that one. Hakimi is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
There's the header! It's in! Paris Saint-Germain are back on level terms.
Paris Saint-Germain after 42 minutes in.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Paris Saint-Germain restore.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
At a time.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. That's it, 45 minutes up. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. So, nothing in it, Jim? What do you think?
Well, it's been a decent game so far, Peter, although I think in the next 45 minutes we could do with the ball being moved around quicker with a view to trying to entice their opponents out of position. I don't think there'll be a mad rush to do that just yet.
Portugal are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score.
Substitution for Paris Saint-Germain. Number 19, Michael Olise.
And that's the second half started.
Number 14,
Roberto Carlos. And he's managed to get free.
He's been bundled over, that is a foul. He knew what was coming, that's a yellow card.
Probably be looking to play it square from here.
Well, there's lots of movement in the box for them to pick out.
And this is Roberto Carlos.
That's a good foot in there.
Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean. Paris Saint-Germain always have been a side that are known for pressing, a style that's very high tariff, Peter.
But it can pay off big time, can't it?
Yeah, just about every top side are doing this now.
And he's heaved it away.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah.
Can he finish? Goal! Portugal! Into the lead once more. Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
Diaz! Diaz!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Just about within shooting range. Robertson. Bastoni. And it's Roberto Carlos. Out of play for a throw.
Substitution for Paris Saint-Germain. Number 9, El Hadj Diouf. Number 7, Kylian Mbappe. Coming on the field. Number 20.
Portugal perhaps
Daniel
contemplating their next change here.
Number 21, Dimitar Berbatov.
Now then, the ball's come loose.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Knocks it out wide. And they're quick to get it back. Now that looks a decent ball. Cross from Robertson.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set. Paris Saint-Germain really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
And he can clear it away. And they're back on the ball again. And it's Messi. Hazard. He is through here. Oh, shooting chance! And no mistake. And right near the end, we have parity.
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
Back to parity, and there's barely any time left.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. Okay, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find a winner now, there's no question who I'll be backing.
Lionel Messi. Number 8, Pedri. Coming on the field. Number 18, Stefano Fiore. Number 22.
Now it's Haaland. Foot in. That's a sharp pass. 4 added minutes on the board. That has not gone well. That's going wide left. And he's quick to return it. And he's there to get it away. They'll have to settle for that. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Bruno Fernandes is one of the truly outstanding midfielders. He's someone I see as being arguably the best of the crop in the current generation of box-to-box playmakers. I really like his direct style, both on and off the ball.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. Tries to play it through. Madison! Off the post! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Kvaratskhelia. Manchester United disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Might be danger here. He's having a shot! Goal! Portugal! And Portugal score first.
Goal scored for Portugal after 30
Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Diaz demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Luis Diaz.
Manchester United finding themselves unexpectedly behind. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Bastoni. Portugal currently a goal to the good and with the lion's share of the ball. He's shifting through the gears here. Now this is an adventurous run down that left-hand side. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Muscular approach does pay off here. Schlotterbeck. Roberto Carlos is in a really good... And there's the shot! Schneider plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Kvaratskhelia is flagged offside. Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. And just to confirm that the referee did issue a yellow card for that earlier incident. Roberto Carlos. Rodri. This looks promising. And this is De Bruyne. He's picked his way through. Shapes to shoot! They've got to be quick to recover this. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Parejo takes a shot. Good try, very good try in fact.
Well, he looks like he's annoyed with himself there. He didn't do an awful lot wrong, did he?
And he was quick to react. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Now, can they get him away? Oh, super ball, and he shoots! And that's a sharp finish! 2 up now, and they are cruising.
Portugal.
Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's
Diaz.
Luis Diaz.
And the shot! And that was neither one thing nor the other.
Well, he was sure he was going to pull that off.
Looking to play him in. Oh, Red, nice interception. And that signals the end of the first period.
Well, I don't think most of us were expecting a second, Peter. It's become pretty much the ideal half.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well, both half-time team talks will undergo change now. One will be solid, the other needs to be pretty inspiring.
Portugal are heading into the break, very happy with how it's gone so far.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 77, Kvaratskhelia. Number 21,
Gets us going once more.
Giuliano Simeone.
And here's Haaland. The ball has
Number
bounced
18,
loose now.
Erling Haaland.
And
Number
they've got
19,
rid.
Wayne Rooney.
Haaland really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Haaland. Now it's Rooney. And it's Schneider. Oh, good ball! And he's heaved it away. And he's there to retrieve it. Portugal needed that. They really needed it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Bastoni. Portugal are 2 up early in the second half.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Tries a shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! And with that, he takes home the match ball. Complete awareness, he understood what was needed and he executed it smoothly.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations.
Substitution for Manchester United, number 51, William Bacho. Number 9.
There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. A case now of complete control.
Number 7, Pedri.
Neuer clears. Out for a throw. Bruno Fernandes. Diaz. Parejo. Haaland. Mbappe takes a shot! It goes to show he is human after all.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Rodri. And it's Roberto Carlos. Not the most convincing of passes. De Bruyne. And it's Rooney. And that pass just didn't quite work. De Bruyne bumps him off it and wins back the ball. It's a really well-measured ball. Roberto Carlos. Oh, it's come loose. Rooney. And the finish! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Roberto Carlos. Maddison. No way through. Roberto Carlos, and he's managed to get free. Oh, that's ambitious. Oh, that is rather wayward. Roberto Carlos. Now Mbappe. Time added on. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Portugal pretty much in utopia, imposing themselves in the manner they wanted. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Well, this is one boy from Croxteth who, so far as club football goes, has achieved just about everything. English football has rested on his broad shoulders for nigh on 2 decades. It is, of course, the modern great that is Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, without question, one of England's all-time finest. His record speaks for itself.
And his face is that of a man who simply cannot accept defeat. During games, he is always laser-focused, and he fights tooth and nail for every win. Now it's Inzaghi. Played into space.
The less said about that pass, the better.
It's not an especially good pass, that. Still goalless at the moment. Oh, nicely intercepted.
Oh, that's clever.
A quick look, thought about cutting inside.
And that's been drilled in.
That's put paid to the danger. Conte. Now it's Diaz. Looking for the run. And he's worked it through. He's a sharp little ball here. He won't be happy with that one. Nice looking ball. Schlotterbeck clears without hesitation. He can run onto that. Diaz! And that is wildly off target.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Rodri.
Oh, he'd have done well to reach that.
Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Deftly away.
And they're quick to get it back.
Maddison did well to step in there. That was more than necessary.
Oh, that looks a cracking ball.
And he's managed to get free.
Cahill did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Serginho is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Strokes it back.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
That's gone all the way through to the keeper. Roberto Carlos. And that is the end of the first half.
Security announcement.
A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps.
What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, at least the defence can look back on a job pretty well done so far, Peter. I think they've squeezed the play quite well and they've been relentless in their pressing. So the energy levels have looked good.
Well, generally speaking, an entertaining half. Lack of goals a notable thing, but that's not to say it hasn't been very watchable. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Rooney. Not the most accurate pass. Roberto Carlos. Knocks it into space.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Picked out brilliantly. Hakimi. Played out to the left flank. Diaz. He's onside.
Very little to report from an attacking perspective.
Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Well, I think both teams can help themselves massively with better movement up front, Pete.
Big chance! And here's Parejo. Great ball, and he's in here. Shevchenko gets on the end of things as a matter of habit. And this is Rooney. He's picked his way through. And here comes the corner.
Substitution on the field. Number 17.
And we have our very first corner.
Coming on the field is number 18.
Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And now they can spring out of defence. Goes for the shot! And no mistake. Finally the breakthrough.
Well, you can see what it means to all of them. A frustrating game, but now they have what they wanted, and they're rightly pumped and ready to go again.
Really tidily gathered, and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
Diaz really has looked sharp, hasn't he? I get the feeling he fancies himself against this defence now.
Portugal have fired themselves in front.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
Substitution on the field. Number 9, Filippo Inzaghi. Number 19.
And it's gone back to the keeper.
Jules Koundé. Coming on the field. Number 11.
It's going to be another
Harry
throw.
Kane. Number 2, Reece James.
1-0 as we head towards the end. Parejo. And it's De Bruyne. And that has left him in a heap.
Portugal clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
And he's there to belt it away. Luis Suarez. The message is clear, none shall pass. The message is simple, defend this with your lives. Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, that pass isn't the best. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. The final seconds now. And it's made its way to him. And we're done. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have got... The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So it's away we go then.
There's little doubt that Rui Costa will be conductor-in-chief in this lineup.
And you'd want to be conducted by him, wouldn't you?
Well, you would, because he's not the quickest and strongest, and yet his awareness and deft footwork make him the perfect link-up man. He is the creator.
And there's the shot! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
You lucky boy, you lucky boy. Giving the ball away like that is usually punished.
And it's Maddison. Can he get on the end of this? Can he get it through? A lovely bit of skill. Shoots! Goal! Portugal! How very smart. He just got it right.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
Luis Diaz.
I doubt very much that this was in the script.
Luis Diaz.
So just a one early goal to report so far.
And the score is 1-0. Roberto Carlos
Has the space to scheme.
And here's Roberto Carlos.
Nice bit of trickery. Oh, such a clever touch. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
He is through here. Oh, that's a key interception. Rui Costa tries to pass it through. Deftly away. It's gone out for a throw-in. Neuer getting this one clear. Engages and forces him off the ball.
And it's De Bruyne.
Now it's Diaz. Spread to the right. That's where it came. He's having a shot! Oh, split-second reaction.
Diaz is offering a right smile there. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Parejo goes short. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Bastoni does well to get it back. Pass somewhat off target. Now that looks a decent ball. It's a promising position. He's got away. And he's gone looking for safety. Not the most accurate pass. Rodri. De Bruyne. And here's Diaz. No way through.
There will be 1 minute at a time.
Serginho receives it in a wide position. So a temporary halt to the action. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Portugal go in at half-time with a 1-0 lead.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football, plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Portugal have made the crucial breakthrough and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break. Down to business again. Portugal currently ahead by the smallest of margins. That's rather hopeful. Oh, that was no routine save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
The chances keep on coming. They're awarded another corner. It's their second corner of the game. And now a sudden chance to counter. A lovely, neat pass. Maddison. It's Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos scooting forward. Intercepts the throw. That's well read. De Bruyne. Shot at goal! There's a goal! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now.
After 57 minutes,
Everyone waited for the cross, but he had other ideas.
Listen, no one was expecting a shot from there. That's quite outrageous.
Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz.
Portugal are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Shot, surely! And it's in! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Barcelona cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Oh, that's neat. Cross needs to be good. Serginho. Nicked it back promptly. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Spread out to the left. Alexander-Arnold running with the ball. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Cristiano Ronaldo. Deftly away. It's a pretty loose pass. Hakimi. Looking for the run.
Parejo.
Oh, well played, well played.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
And he's managed to get free.
He's been taken down and the referee has pointed at the spot. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game.
Cristiano Ronaldo shoulders the responsibility.
A formality, we're level. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Yeah, as decisive as it comes. Spot chosen, spot hit.
Number 7, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Back to parity, and there's barely any time left.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. Okay, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find a winner now, there's no question who I'll be backing.
And the shot! And that was struck with genuine force. Rijkaard promptly onto that, and that is that.
Ibrahimovic gets flagged offside.
They huffed and they puffed, but that will be that. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective.